coffee for cardio. I need it. Trying to drink up the pumpkin while it's still pumpkin season. Alright guys, alright. Got this. Yes. Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you my October favorites. Now, I do have a lot of great products here. I have some in-between products I'm still trying to figure out, and then I have a couple that I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't say they're horrible, but definitely not top of my list. So, gotta stay tuned so I can show you my October favorites and some fails. Welcome. If you're new here, I do appreciate you stopping by. If you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate it. So happy to have you around. Hope you stay. If you haven't already, make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you like it. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications. That way you're updated on my content. I do post on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started with October's favorites and fails. Hot or not, we'll see. Alright, so I'm not going to go in any particular order, just going to show you some of the products here and tell you at that time what I think of them, because I don't want to give it all away. But I do have some good products here, guys. I'm so excited. Alright, so to start it off, one thing I do want to mention, I believe, this video will be up before the Sephora sale is over. So depending on what tier you are, I am a Rouge member. Ooh, yeah, so I'm a Rouge, so I get 20%. I think the next one is VIB, and that is 15%, and then the base one is 10% for all other members. So my sale just started recently. This is Halloween that I'm actually recording this, but you won't see it until Wednesday. Sorry. Some of the products that I kind of wish I would have waited for, but I am glad I did pick up. I don't know if you saw recently, but Charlotte Tilbury. Now this has been around for a while, the Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. This is the mini. I kept waiting and waiting because I was like, I don't want to pay, I want to say full price. It's either $58 or $68. I'll list prices down below. Don't get me just trying to tell you that off the top of my head because I tell you the wrong price. But this one is, I believe, $29, and it's the mini. And to me, this is perfect. This is like the perfect size. You have your sculpting or like bronzing powder. You might be able to use it for a contour too. It might be a little bit too warm toned, but then you also have your highlight powder there. To me, this was a perfect size because I'm never going to go through this. I have so many bronzers and highlighters that I didn't need the big size. So this one was perfect. So if you haven't and you are looking at the Sephora sale, I do recommend picking this up. It is a good product. And again, at the $29 price for the smaller one, I think that's great. Another product that I kind of wish I would have waited for the sale, but I am so glad I picked it up. Again, if you are looking at the Sephora sale and been thinking about it, it is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palette Mini. And again, this is what it looks like. Again, you do have all of your face powders here, everything you need. This is the finishing powder, then you have the bronzer here, the blush, and the highlight. So you have it all in one. I think this palette is perfect. It's a perfect size. Hourglass makes beautiful face products, so definitely recommend you check it out. I believe this one retails for $58. So again, depending on what tier you are, depending on how much you'll save during the sale, I do recommend picking this up for the sale. So if you haven't already, I really like that. So that is definitely a hit. It is hot for October. So that was definitely one of my favorites. Another thing that I picked up that I am actually glad I picked up, I think it's really pretty, is Natasha Denona's I Need a Nude Glow palette, and this is her highlight. I think this is really pretty. I did show this in another one of my, I think it was actually my haul video, which I will link above. I will put in the link there that you can review that, but I really like that. And I did swatches and everything in there, so again, just to save time, I'm not going to swatch again, but definitely check out that video, and you'll see a lot of these products actually did pick up in that haul, so I'm actually really happy with that. Now, one that I'm not as happy, again, I want to say it's a complete fail, but this Juvia's Place Taupes palette, I don't know. I like metallics. The metallics are pretty. I mean, they're not like, you know, the highly pigmented ones that I like per se, but these mattes, I'm not all that impressed. Now, I really do like Juvia's Place, which is, it hurts me to say that. Now, again, not a bad palette, but it's just not the kind of ease of use that I like and the highly pigmented that I like. So again, it was not a necessary hit for me. Not a complete fail, but definitely would not recommend that if you like the type of shadows I like. So another thing that I did pick up, again, the formula I think is fabulous. It's just the color is not right for me. And this is the I Need a Nude lipstick from Natasha Denona. This is in 30 NP Maria. Now it's a really pretty color. It's a really pretty lipstick. And again, I love her formula, but it's just way too light for me. I put it on the other day and I looked washed out, like like I didn't have lips. So now again, it might be pretty if you're doing like a layered look and you put like a darker lipstick and then put that on top. That might be really pretty. Now again, I love the formula, so I'd recommend if you're looking at the Sephora sale. And another recommendation in looking for a lipstick, I do really like her Need a Nude lipsticks. She does have a range of different colors, so depending on undertones, I do like that they do list what undertone you are, what color it is, whether it's like a pink based or a beige. They do have that all listed too, which I really appreciate. But I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a lipstick, I do like the quality of those, and they are $25, which I think for a higher end is reasonable, because if you look at Charlotte Tilbury or you look at Pat McGrath, theirs are in the 30s, like $34 to like $38, somewhere in that range. So for $25, I think that's well worth it. I would definitely recommend that. Also on that, I finally did get the Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette, and there it is. And for time's sake, I'm not going to swatch, but I'll see if I can find a good swatch, and I will put that in the picture here with my videos. But yeah, I think this is a really nice palette. Now the funny thing is I did pick this up actually from a site called McGrath. If you've never heard of them, it's kind of like Poshmark, and you can find like used items. Some people sell some of their own. Like when I was looking for face masks, there were people kind of like Etsy where they were putting their own items on there to sell. So you can find that kind of stuff too, but I really like their site. I've only had an issue, I think 1 or 2 times out of the 70 plus purchases I've made on their site, which is I think pretty good, 90% positive. So I would say that's definitely a good thing, but I would recommend checking that out on Mercari, and you can sell items on there as well, obviously. So if you're looking, you've got a bunch of products you're trying to sell, you know, maybe some clothing that you're trying to clear out, definitely check that out. But that is where I got that from, because I couldn't get it on Colourpop. I missed when it launched, and I kept looking and they still hadn't restocked, so I said, whatever. I looked on there and I did pay a little bit more, because of course, you know how it is, you know, they had to pay for shipping or whatever else. So there are some that, you know, sell at a really good price, some that are overpriced, but you can definitely look on there and find what price range you're looking at, and you can filter your results to say a certain price, a certain brand of product you're looking for, even whether it's still for sale or sold. You know, there's a lot of filters you can put on there so you know what you're looking for and narrow things down a little bit for you. So definitely would recommend checking out their site. Now another thing that was definitely a hit for me is the Lorac Pro palette, the Soleil palette. Now I did again swatch this a little bit in my haul video, so I won't do that again, but it's very pretty. I think the quality is there for the price. I think it's well worth it for $35, so I would definitely recommend that. That was definitely hot. Another thing that's hot is Pat McGrath. Oh yeah, girl, you know it. You know it. Now this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I do have that, and I do have it mixed with a couple of other mattes from another palette, just because the only thing with it, you don't have a whole lot of just blending shades in here. There are a lot of metallics, you know, or duochrome, special shades, those kind of things, but there's only 1, 2, 3, I think only 3 mattes in here, and they're all kind of like a rose or red based color. So again, if you're looking for more of your browns, midtones, those kind of colors, they don't have them in there. So that would be the only thing, is that you will probably have to use this with another palette depending on what kind of look you're looking for. But I did blend it with another palette, but I love this palette. I think it's well worth the $78, especially for the number of shades you get in here. And if you don't have the Star Wars line that she put out a while ago, some of those shades are duplicates, but if you don't have that, then I would definitely recommend getting that. I think it's well worth it. I definitely like it. Another thing that was actually surprisingly, I think, again, I wouldn't say it is a hit, I wouldn't say it's the hottest of all these items I've got, but it's not bad, is The Ordinary. And this is the foundation. It's actually what I'm wearing today. It is definitely more of a medium. It does say full coverage, but I would not say this is high coverage. I would say this is more of a medium. It is a little bit buildable. I didn't put as much on today. I went a little light just because I'm having some skin issues. Again, I'm a nurse. I have to wear masks all the time, you know, 12 plus hours of having a face mask on. I think my skin's getting irritated by those masks, and they keep changing. One day we'll have one color mask, another day we'll have another color mask. One day it'll be a nice easy wearing mask, another day, like these last ones we have, are really thick and scratchy and really irritating. So I think my skin's just like had enough of these masks all the time, but you know, it's the world we live in right now, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. soon, so we need to all get used to wearing masks, unfortunately. But that was definitely, I would say, in the middle there. Not a fail, but not the hottest product I have for sure. Some other products I have here, let's see, trying to make sure I cover everything. I do have the Revolution Beauty. I did get the Jack and Sally palettes from the Nightmare Before Christmas launch that they did for Halloween. I did do a tutorial on these, so I will link that above so you can check that out. But again, I'd say these weren't a complete fail. The mattes seem to be pretty good, and that's actually what I am wearing in combination with the Pat McGrath. I do have the mattes on here, but I would say the mattes are blendable. They're actually decently pigmented, not bad. The shimmers though just aren't really my style. They're pretty, the colors are very pretty, and you'll see I did some swatches in that video as well, but definitely not the best. Not on the level I like. You definitely can't compare that to Pat McGrath. Now again, for the price, you know, there's quite a price comparison there too. So for the price is not bad, but again, I mean, some of these other ones, Juvia's placed majority of their palettes. Colourpop, I mean, you can get a lot of those palettes for, you know, a really good price and still better pigmentation than those ones. But again, for the holidays, I'm not sad I got it. I do, like I said in one of my videos, really like the Nightmare Before Christmas Tim Burton. You know, grew up on that, saw it in the movie theater when it first launched, and so, you know, that does have some memories for me and does mean a little bit more for me, so I really got it more for that than for really what I thought the quality was going to be. So now let's see, a couple of other things here. Oh yeah, make sure I cover everything. I would say I'm kind of surprised, but a hit for me is this Charlotte Tilbury Bejewelled palette. I am very pleasantly surprised. There it is again. Again, I did swatches in my other video, which I will link above for you to check out. This actually was really, really nice. I did wear it another night at work, and I thought it blended really nicely. I thought the metallics were a lot better than I expected them to be. Now, again, I would still pick Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath over Charlotte Tilbury, but it was definitely better than I expected. So I will give it that. So I would say that was a hit, you know? I would say it's pretty hot. All right, and then the Natasha Denona, I would say this is still in the middle. Not quite sure. It's still that pink shade there. This one right here, I don't know. I just not that impressed with it. I expected it to be a little bit easier to work with. And again, I mean, I literally, in the one swatch I did in one of my videos, I mean, I like took a chunk of it out and you could still not see it that well, and I shouldn't have to do all that, not for the price of Natasha Denona's palettes. So yeah, so again, might sound kind of silly, but I did, you know, with the Sephora sale, I did order another one. I was just really curious. I want to see if I just got a dud or if it actually is just the quality of the shade that is not as good as her, you know, big palettes. But I was really curious because I'm just kind of sad. I really, like I said before, this shade here is my favorite, and I think if I'm saying that right, I think that's the, yeah, I think that's Stark. That is my favorite shade there. The mattes are nice. Nothing wrong with them. That kind of taupey silver color is really, really nice. It's just this one pink. It's just not doing it for me. So I'm like 4 out of 5. Not that that's bad, but for the price of these palettes, they should be like top notch, like perfect, basically. So again, that's kind of midline for me. Not horrible, but not the best. Now, one thing I do want to mention, I've mentioned these time and time again, Alamar Cosmetics. This is the Dulce lip liner. They did finally come back in stock. Hopefully they're still in stock. I ordered these maybe 2 weeks ago, and actually got there pretty quick, I have to say, not too bad. But I did order 2 of them because I was like, oh, I'm making sure I have these since they were out of stock for so long. But I do recommend, if you're looking for a nude lip liner, check it out. I love these. It's like my favorite lip liner, especially for the cost. I want to say they're maybe $12 a piece. I'll again link that down below, tell you what they are. I'm just going off the top of my head, but I really highly recommend you pick those up if you haven't picked them up already while they're still in stock. Don't miss out. Another thing that was a hit for me this month is the Charlotte Tilbury. I finally found the iconic nude lip liner. I'm actually wearing that today, and it's really, really pretty, nice nude color there that I like, and it was out of stock forever too, so I finally got a hold of this, so I made sure I picked that up. That is definitely a hit. It's hot, I like that. Another thing I want to mention, if you are looking for some brushes, I think it's still going on, but Rephr, you know, these are my favorite brushes. I did pick up the core set, which includes this nice brush here, which they call the number 5. It's a face brush. You can use it for blush. You can use it probably for highlighter. It's a little bit chunky. It might be a little bit too much for highlight, but it definitely works for blush. That's what I used for blush. They have this one here, which is an angle, which you could use for contour or bronzer. It's a number 4 brush, And the quality of these, oh, they're so soft. I mean, it's like, oh, baby soft, baby butt soft. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then they have the eye set, which has a couple of my favorite brushes. It doesn't have my favorite brush, which is not that one. Sorry, I've got these in front of me here. Trying to make sure I pick up the right one. I might have left it in the other room. Anyways, but it's the number 15 brush that I like so much. Yeah, I think I did. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I did. Anyways, 15 brush is my favorite. Looks just like this BK Beauty one with a taper like that, but their number 15 brush is my favorite brush of theirs of all times, but it's not in this set, so sorry. But the Rephr number 1, this is that angled brush there. It comes to a taper here, a point, and then curved at the end there. That's a nice kind of packing and a little bit blending brush there. I love that one. They have a packing brush, the more dense brush here, number 2. That's a great one. And then your pencil brush, number 3, which is great for that inner corner highlight, the brow bone highlight. But love this set. They're originally $168 and I think I got it for $88, so like $80 off, which is not bad for all these brushes, for high quality brushes. But I highly recommend, if you haven't checked out Rephr brushes, check them out. Now's the time. I think they had 20% off some of their other brushes too, if I remember correctly. Hopefully the sale's still going on by the time I show you this, but I definitely, oh, and they have their concept store too. So even if you missed this and you want to check out just a couple of brushes, they have the concept store that they do continuously. They change out the brushes, whichever ones are on sale, but they're 50% off. So that is a great opportunity to try their brushes. So definitely check that out. And I really highly recommend Rephr brushes. So Rephr, BK Beauty, and Sonia G, Wayne Goss. Those are like my top brushes that I have. I have the collections. Yeah, this is just part of my collection, but here's Sonia G. I love Sonia G. Oh, they're so soft. Where's my, you already saw, there's BK Beauty. Love these. Yep, super soft as well. Got some Wayne Goss up in here. It's kind of all mixed in together. I think that's a little baby Wayne Goss. Yeah, that's a little pencil brush from Wayne Goss. Got a couple of his other, I think I left one of them in the other room. Oh yeah, here's a Wayne Goss. A little mini blender brush. Perfect for the crease, especially if you have hooded eyes like I do. This is the number 19 brush. Got this off of Beautylish recently, and then the Sonia G I got off of Beautylish as well. But yeah, oh, love these brushes. Great brushes. So highly recommend any of those brands if you're looking for good brushes, good quality. And I think it's worth it because the brushes, I mean, they get a lot of use, a lot of wear, and there's nothing like a good brush to blend out and really make your eyeshadows blend and look good and give you that final look. But highly recommend those. I think those are all of my products, and I am wearing the Pat McGrath, one of the lipsticks here. This one is in Christy, which is a little bit of a pink. I do have that with the iconic nude binder that I showed you, and then I tried to make it a little bit more pink. I got this as like one of my little perks from my Sephora order, and this is Givenchy. I think I'm saying that right, I don't know. And this is one of the lip balms, and I thought, you know, it has a little bit of, you can see a little bit of the pink tone in there. I don't know if you can see it there, it's at the top there, but yeah, I really like that. That's what I'm wearing today too. I think that's everything. And I do have to say, I'm really liking my Fenty Beauty, the full frontal black mascara. And I really recommend, if you can get these small ones like this, I think it's perfect, because mascara you're really supposed to change out every 3 months. So you'll never go through all of this. So I always recommend getting a small mini. It's a little bit more expensive to get the minis, but over time, the amount of waste that you're going to have if you get the larger ones, I recommend getting the minis if you can. All right, guys, I think that's everything. That is my October hot or not products. You tell me if you thought they were hot or cold, if you thought they were hit or miss, however you want to say it. But those are all the products I have for you, and hope you found some things you'd like to try out. Again, Sephora Sale is going on, I think, through November 9th, depending on, like I said, what tier you are, what percentage you'll get off per product. But I recommend check that sale out. Now is the time. If you're looking for some Sephora, had them in your wish list, your basket, sitting aside waiting, now's the time. So again, if you can afford it. I mean, I'm not recommending anybody spend money they don't have, so just saying. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, if you saw any products you'd like to try, recommendations, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Make sure you turn on all notifications, that way you don't miss my videos. I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. And everyone, stay safe, stay healthy. It's a beautiful day here today. It's so pretty seeing outside. I have woods all around me, and so I can see the trees and the leaves change, and it's so pretty. I love this time of year. So if anybody loves fall as much as I do, let me know down below. Please leave a comment. I do love seeing your guys' responses. If you have any video ideas you'd like to see, if you would like any recommendations, like I recently was asked some recommendations for the Sephora sale, and I'm sorry I didn't even put out a video just because I'm like, is anybody gonna watch? Anybody want to know what I recommend? I don't know. Anyways, but I do have some recommendations, so if you'd like to know of any products to try that I think are good quality, again, you know, we're all different, we all have different tastes, different preferences, but I can definitely tell you what I think is good quality, and hopefully you feel the same. So if you do and you'd like to see some things, please leave me a message down below, leave a comment so that way I can respond. And I do really try to respond to you guys really quickly, usually within 24 hours, even shorter time than that, but I do respond to all of my comments. So please leave me a comment down below and I will definitely respond. If you have any questions and, you know, again, any recommendations, I will definitely get back with you. Also wanted to mention that I have made some recent indie brand purchases. Y'all, I love some indie brands. I'm loving them, loving them, loving them. I'm telling you, I'm going a little nuts. This is one of them, Hip Dot. I did get some palettes that I will show you in one of my coming up videos, so make sure you stay tuned so you can see what awesome products I picked up. I have an order coming, actually 2 orders coming from Shroud Cosmetics. I have Divina Cosmetics. I have a delivery coming very soon. I have my Cliona shadows that are finally coming in the next, hopefully, few weeks. I know they were a little back ordered and it said my order should ship sometime in November, so I don't know what time, but I will definitely show you those. I bought something from Copacetic Cosmetics, Black Moon Cosmetics, that I saw a recent video from, who was it that I saw that on? Lauren May, yes. Lauren May did a video recently on Black Moon. So I wanted to check those out, and I think those are all the ones I can think of right now, but I went a little crazy. So we will see, and I will show you some great indie brands. Can't wait, so stay tuned. So I hope everyone stays safe, stay healthy, have a great day, and hope to see you again soon. Bye. That was long, y'all. I got a lot of editing to do because that was a mess. It's kind of all over the place, but yeah, you know. Oh, shoot, forgot. Gotta make sure I mention this. All right, so also wanted to, can't talk. If you don't already have her Star Wars, you know, what am I trying to say? Still not a total miss for me. You know, might be a little bit more, you know, for what you're getting, the amount of product per, you know, per ounce or per whatever. I have my Cliona Charlotte